Maybe it's because I just finished shooting another episode and I'm a little bit out of my mind, but I got a hypothesis. And that hypothesis is that there is a formula to instantly make very good cocktails on the fly. Let's put it to the test and see if my hypothesis can become a theory today on how to drink. So there's a drink called a Last Word. The Last Word was invented at the Detroit Athletic Club sometime in the 1920s during Prohibition, and it is a cocktail that has been revived. It was brought back by the cocktail revival of the early mid-2000s. If you've had one, you love it. It is a delightful drink. I think that the Last Word stumbled into a formula to very quickly make very good drinks on the fly. It is 1 part sour, 1 part sweeter liqueur, 1 part herbal liqueur, 1 part base spirit. Those 4 parts. I think you put those 4 parts together, maybe you need to tweak it a little bit. Maybe you need to think just a little bit about which A goes with what B, but I don't think you'll ever really go wrong. And today I want to put that to the test and just make up drinks on the fly and see if any of these are any good. Let's pick out a base spirit. Compass Box Whiskey's Glasgow Blend Scotch. This is a blended Scotch that favors the Islay style of Scotch, which is peaty and smoky and ripe with iodine. Yar! Tis a fine Scotch indeed. And yes, by the way, I did just film an episode, and yes, I am at least partially out of my mind right now. All right, we're going to start with 3/4 of an ounce of our Glasgow Blend Scotch. I personally think Scotch is going to go better with lemon than lime. And I don't think it breaks the rules if you use that kind of a judgment in exploring this formula. So here we go, 3/4 of an ounce of lemon juice. And that brings me to my next question. What are going to be my sweet liqueurs and my herbal liqueurs? Well, man, should I go crazy or should I keep it where it belongs? Because Drambuie is a sweet liqueur. Boy, I'm kind of intrigued. Let's try Drambuie instead of maraschino. So 3/4 of an ounce. Kind of like a Last Word version of a rusty nail. This is interesting. So where do we go for herbal now? Let's see. There's, of course, chartreuse. What else did I bring? I brought Amaro Montenegro. I think Amaro Montenegro will be fine. I think that that's like kind of the whole point here, is that anything we grab should basically work. So 3/4 of an ounce of Amaro Montenegro. Don't overthink it. Let's strain this drink into the glass of choice today. This drink feels like it wants a twist of lemon, so I'm just going to take a tiny little piece off this pre-cut lemon and just give it a twist. And here we are. I don't have a name for it yet. Let's find out what it is. It works. It's wonderful. Oh my God. Ooh. That's 1 for 0 on the formula theory. First off, I find iodine, smoky, Islay-style scotches can easily be overpowering. Here, though, we've moderated it deeply with lemon juice and with Drambuie. It slows it down. It prevents it from hitting you all at once, and it is a joy because now what you've got is this bright, fresh, spiced, slightly rounded out, and I would not say sweet, but rounded out opener that blossoms into this growing smokiness and resolves into that plus a kind of spicy sweetness. That's 1 for 0 on my hypothesis. We're on our way to theory. Already, we are finding new cocktails. This is awesome. I'm excited. Ranger Greg here, and I am once more partnered with Yellowstone Bourbon to take you on a mixological tour of the national parks. So come with me. Designated in 1910 by President Taft, Glacier National Park in Montana is a place like no other on Earth. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site and home to over 100 glaciers. That's more than anywhere else in the lower 48 states. Home to over 70 species of mammals, and one of the best places in the world to view the Northern Lights. Glacier National Park is a truly unique place and a sight to behold. I wanted to make a toast to its sheer glacieriness with a drink I call a Grinnell, named for the glacier and scenic overlook of the same name. You're going to shake this drink, and we're going to start with a 1/4 ounce of lemon juice, just a 1/4 ounce. We don't need a lot for this one. Now, I want a 1/4 ounce of simple syrup, 1/2 ounce of creme de cacao, 3/4 of an ounce of peppermint schnapps, and 2 ounces of Yellowstone bourbon. Throw some ice in your shaker. Set that aside for a moment and get your great big ice shaver. Obviously, I'm joking. You probably don't have one of these, and why would you? You don't make a YouTube show that needs you to have crazy things like this. If you don't have your own ice shaver, you don't. You could use a block plane that you only use for ice shaving, or a wood chisel that's very clean, or you could just use crushed ice. I think you'll be fine with just some really finely crushed ice that looks like snow. But I'm going to use an ice shaver. Put a big block of ice in the shaver there. Set your glass underneath there. Turn the sucker on. Okay, get yourself this beautiful glass of snow. Strain your drink right down it like a, I don't know, like a glacier. I would actually garnish that with a twist of lemon. And there you have it, a Grinnell. Let's see how it is. Woo! It's so frosty. Cold drink. It is the soul of coldness. It brings this minty, chocolatey kind of wintry vibe. And the Yellowstone bourbon is not lost here. It is playing a huge part in this drink, providing really solid base notes. And of course, the through line of the drink. Glacier. This year, Yellowstone Bourbon has donated $250,000 to National Parks Conservation Association, making them NPCA's largest annual corporate donor. So by choosing to drink Yellowstone, you're choosing to preserve and protect our national parks. To find a bottle near you, visit limestonebranch.com or visit curiata.com for free online shipping. And now, back to the show. Thank you, Yellowstone Bourbon. All right, let's move it right along to rum. I just saw a bottle of Appleton Estate Signature Blend rum. This is a Jamaican-style rum. Rum should probably have more categories than simply being rum. A Jamaican rum, a Demerara rum, a Cuban or Puerto Rican rum, those should all be kind of considered to be their own thing. This is a Jamaican rum, so it's got a little bit of funk. Appleton Estate Signature Blend is pretty mild by comparison to other Jamaican-style rums. There's way more intensely funky, rotten banana taste in rums. This one is pretty mild in that regard. It's got a little bit of age on it. It's rounded out. I like this one quite a bit, particularly for mixing. Let's get a shaker and we'll pour into it 1 ounce of rum. As always, we are bound to the equal parts. So let's do 1 ounce of lime juice because I definitely think that rum and lime juice basically tastes like vacation. We've got our sour, we've got our spirit. We got to figure out what our sweet liqueur and what our herbal liqueur is going to be. I think for a sweet liqueur, I'm going to go with St. Elizabeth Allspice Dram. I think an ounce of this might be too much, but let's find out. We're going to rely on the formula. It'll tell us if it's too much. This is a sweet liqueur that you will find in a lot of tiki drinks, or at least a few. Thinking about Amaro de Angostura for my next liqueur, but I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe it's... that's too much. That's too... But is it? If I'm correct, then Fernet Branca should work. Let's try it. What the hell? Let's go crazy. You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts. 1 ounce of Fernet Branca. I don't mind if it ruined this drink because that's part of the process. You have to experiment. You have to throw things together and see what's going on. Sometimes you got to make things that are bad. You can't be afraid of that. I'm just going to throw a little curveball in here. I have some mint. I'm going to just throw in a couple mint leaves. I think 4 mint leaves in my shaker might make a difference here. I don't know. Strain that away. I should name these too, right? What would we name the last one? The Final Nail. That's it. That was last drink was called the Final Nail. Let's find out what this is called right now. It works. It works. It works so good. What the hell? Oh, wow, that's fun. I think you could have a little less Fernet. If you wanted to rebalance this drink, maybe a 1/4 ounce of simple syrup. I might test the bar spoon in here in a minute. This is awesome. Oh, bright, refreshing, sour and tart. It has this thing that dry drinks with a lot of bittering agents in them do. They suck the moisture out of your tongue and salivary glands, and I love that. I love that textural, experiential part of a drink. It's sensual. It activates your senses. I love that. And then the whole drink leans into Fernet Branca, but it takes Fernet Branca, which is an overpowering, brutally bitter aperitivo, and it lengthens it out. And it lets you pick out each part of the Fernet Branca. Definitely you're getting a very strong allspice note from the St. Elizabeth Allspice Dram, but you get all of these like herbal, rooty, bitter, earthy notes on top of that. It's fucking good. Does it register the way you would expect a drink with rum and lime in it to register? No. This is much more like like an unsweet, bitter sour. I can't think of a drink that fits that description off the top of my head. I know there's a bunch. I want to see how it is with like a little bit more sweetness. Like we'll start with a bar spoon. And generally a bar spoon is 1/8 of an ounce. Does the mint matter here? Without making this drink twice, it'd be hard for me to tell. Ooh. Just a little bit more sweetness, another bar spoon. So I guess we're up to roughly 1/4 of an ounce. Yeah. Honestly, this is one of the better drinks I've ever had. And now with the sweetness, the mint does come out, and oh shit, is it good. That really balances the drink. I think that you could play with that, how much sweetness you want to add. I think it's okay. I think it's within the rules of this. Holy shit. In some ways, it is like the up version of a Queen's Park Swizzle, because it has that bitter, sweet, and sour rum mint thing happening all at the same time. But it gets there without being a long drink, without Angostura bitters, which is great. I love Angostura bitters. It just does it without that. And it does it as an up drink, as a cocktail in a cocktail glass, in a coupe. What do we call this drink? Ooh, it's so good. I'm gonna call it the Last Latitude. Oh my God, we're 2 for 0 on the formula, the mystical formula. All right, 2 down, let's keep going. Let's see how many of these we can get through. I've done rum, I've done scotch. Let's pick another base spirit. Tequila. I got some Jose Cuervo 1800 right here. I have no plan, none whatsoever, 0 plans when we're working the formula. All right, we're gonna do 1 ounce of our Reposado tequila. 1800 is fine. If you have better tequila, go for it. Well, tequila, lime or lemon? Lime or lemon? Let's do both. Let's split it. We'll do 1/2 ounce of lime and 1/2 ounce of lemon. All right, we need a herbal liqueur, and I happen to be looking at Amaro de Angostura. Let's see if this smells any good together. Well, I probably shouldn't overthink it. If the formula works, then 1 ounce of Amaro de Angostura will be as good as anything. It's a stretch, but is rumchata is that a liqueur? I mean, it is a liqueur. Oh shit, that might have gone bad. Let's check. I'm trying not to overthink it, but also I had both. Oops. It's just louder flavor. Let's just go with that. 1 ounce of Lazzaroni Amaretto. Equal parts. There we go. We'll shake it up and we'll see what we got. All right, I'm gonna throw some ice in my shaker. Maybe this is our first dud in the batch. I don't know. Whatever this is, I don't even know. What have we got here? Let's find out what the name of this drink is. You can't miss. That is delicious. It is amaretto. It is sweet and sour. It really is. It has a that combination of allspice and etc. that the Angostura, Amaro de Angostura is bringing to the table with the amaretto, which is sweet and almondy, kind of. It's unreal how good that is. The lime, of course, just balances the sweetness. It doesn't taste like lime juice. It just balances it. It puts a little cut into it. If I have one argument about this drink, it's that the tequila is lost, but I bet. Oh my God, it's so good though. I mean, it's there. It is filling out the drink and providing base spirit, but it doesn't taste of tequila. I would bet that if you did, I'm gonna throw in 1/2 ounce, half a part, of Cazadora. Is this Herodes? Herodes. This is a very intense mezcal. I would bet that if you like split them with tequila. Now, of course, this is gonna be out of balance, so I'm doing this purely as like a test, as a planning kind of thing. Oh my God. Full stop. That's perfect. That is an exciting new drink. And then the smoke comes back. Wow. Holy shit. Oh my God, that's so good. It has this sweet citrus lime smokiness that it slips into now. There's a lot of steps in the evolution in this drink. 3 for 0. The hypothesis is turning into a theory very quickly. The funny thing is that bartenders around the world may have already made these drinks using this formula. If I don't know it, I'm sorry. It's true. It could be already done. God damn, let's move on to the next drink. But first, we need a name for this. What am I going to call it? I'm going to call it Last Gasp. Why am I calling this drink a Last Gasp? Well, as we all know, cyanide comes from almonds, and that Lazzaroni Amaretto is a almond liqueur. And also it's smoky, which makes me think of vapors and smells. And I'll just let you fill in the details on my Last Gasp. All right, let's get crazy. Let's get crazy. I said this should work with anything. Let's try it with anything. The last word is typically made with gin. So let's start with gin. Let's go from gin. Well, let's just start with gin. All right, well, I broke a glass, but that's okay. 1 ounce of gin. Let's do an ounce of cherry hearing. That'll be our sweet liqueur. Gin and cherry, they don't sound like a bad combo. I'm gonna go crazy now and I'm gonna use Mr. Black as my herbal liqueur. Mr. Black is pretty dry, you know? It's a dry liqueur if you really wanna get right down to it. So if this is true, the formula works, as I spill it everywhere, then that should be fine. And now I'm gonna look at an ounce of lemon because lemon and coffee go together surprisingly well. Big cube. Am I out of my mind and drunk? Yes! Don't judge me. Okay, strain that. Whoa. Well, enough of it made it into the glass that I can taste the drink. And look at that. It's got a nice head on it. It's a proper coffee drink. And it works. Wow. Tart and lemony. Maybe too much lemon, a little bit, but you get this like lemon, coffee, gin, tangy, sour cherry note in there, but the coffee is so in charge. It's super well balanced. My only thought, I wonder if it was a little bit sweeter, if that wouldn't help the cherry come out a little bit stronger. I'm gonna go with a 1/4 ounce, so 2 bar spoons. And it does. Now you get sweet tart cherry herbal coffee. It's unreal. Considering the amount of work I put into that, that is super good. You know, like to get a drink this balanced without just like following a rule, you would have to do a lot of work. But here, you know, with a rule and a tweak, we have a perfect cocktail. It's way less sweet than this, but it's almost like you took chocolate cherry ice cream and a coffee ice cream and put them together in a less sweet environment. It's that same kind of magical combo of flavors. It's so good. I think I got one more in me before I just absolutely fall down. So what the hell, let's do it. I got a bottle of Plantation Stiggins Pineapple Rum, a much coveted pineapple rum. So let's start with this. 1 ounce of Plantation Fancy Stiggins. I'm a little bit conflicted. Am I gonna do Banane or Nocello, which is a sweet liqueur made from walnuts. They kind of automatically go together. Let's do the pineapple and banana. An ounce of Tempest Fugit Banane liqueur. After thinking about this for a minute, I want to just like go with some chartreuse. 1 ounce of our chartreuse, going back to the original recipe for a last word. And I think given what else is in here, an ounce of lime juice is the obvious choice. All right, here we go. This is our final drink for this episode. And it wouldn't have to be our final drink for this episode, except for the fact that I'm too drunk to continue. It works. It's really good. It's really, really, really good. I'm sorry, refresh my memory. What the hell was in there? This drink is more balanced than maybe any of the other drinks from this episode. The sweetness of the creme de banana plus the lime, they balance out perfectly, and they lend into this chartreuse, which of course is black pepper and herbal spices, and that slips back into our rum, our pineapple rum, which has a tropical kind of tang on it. And that brings forth our bananas again. And we get this banana, pineapple, banana, almost, if you can imagine, a pineapple banana milkshake, kind of like that, but like a little dried out, a little less sweet. Oh my God, it's so good. It's a phenomenal drink. It genuinely is. I'm not just saying that. I hope you try this drink because it will knock your fucking socks off. This drink is shockingly well balanced. It is stupid good. I think if you make this drink, you're gonna love it. I hope you do. Get yourself some Stiggins fancy pineapple rum from Plantation, the lime juice, the Tempest Fugit banana, whatever else I used in that. I don't even remember. Oh, chartreuse. I would love to keep exploring this hypothesis that you can't go wrong using the formulation of a last word. So far, we really haven't missed. Maybe you need a little tweak or something like that, but we haven't had a miss. I have to go lie down now and sleep this one off. I hope that you will check out my podcast, Midnight Local, that I do at Meredith, where we talk about movies. We hang out on the couch, we chit-chat, we shoot the shit, we chew the fat. We take movies and figure out where they belong in a cultural context of the zeitgeist of their era. And I hope you'll check that out. You can find it in the pinned comment below or up here in the corner. It's a YouTube channel. It's a podcast that's available wherever you get your podcasts. Anyway, thank you so much for watching How to Drink. Like and subscribe, please. Hey, here are 4 more episodes. I'm on Patreon, TikTok, Instagram, Discord, whatever. All right, see you guys next time on another episode of How to Drink. Good night, good luck. I love you.